Hello. Okay, let's see what we can do with our contrib packages for Node-RED. The first is the modbus package, and the second one is the iiot-opcua UA package for Node-RED. And yeah, we want to map this device from modbus to an OPC UA address space. First, we have to read the modbus registers. This is the split in with quantity 50 because that is a limitation from the menu, and we use the function code 4 of input registers, and yeah, we also set up some delay before we read values from the device, because we have to do some work before we are reading the data. Here we have some linking to other tabs, and we are reading the buffer from the second output here by the Node.js functions to get the float value. And here we see this is a human readable tiny model inside the payload to use it later. First, we have to set up an address space object. First is the folder here, and some subfolders later, and also some variables here. You put it in the server will add it to the address space, and we have some security settings. This is our server in Node-RED for OPC UA. We have some users added, and so you can delete users and they don't have any access later, or you can allow every user to connect without any security information, also like modbus. Okay, this is the port and the endpoint where you can connect. You can set up all this stuff which node-OPC UA in the background allows to control. Okay, and the next is to link here, get our link from the modbus gateway and also the data. And in that case, we have to put the right values to the address space items, and for that we have two lists. One is the address space items, and the second one is values to write. Okay, and we have two kinds of messages to send. To our write node, the write node has some connection, one connection to our local server, and this connection is security with sign and encryption with the user test. And yeah, so we have secure communication via OPC UA also locally. The listening here is a list of our variables inside the address space. We had to give the data type here for listening, so that the listener knows which or how to map the values. Also, we can give an interval to listen. Here's a second. These are milliseconds, and yeah, we doing the subscription after 28 seconds. So then we are really sure that our address space is working and we are able to listening and subscribe. So we have 11 subscriptions here. You see this is a result filter. You can give it in node ID and a data type also here. So this data type is also to use maybe double, and then you get a convert about this, and yeah, you can decide do you want some precision or not, and all this stuff. Okay, but I have to work on this node a bit to make it much easier to work with. The next step is here some static values the same way, also the linking to our SDM, and also the mapping here from address space items to values to write, and also the filter to put these in some UI components. Okay, here's a little browser where we can read and browse and read the values directly and send it back to our UI here. So here we have 4 subscriptions, same way. Also here we have these 4 values, give the data type name, and also every second after 28 seconds we can do this directly. All is managed by the OPC UA server here. Okay, in the UI, we are seeing here, these are our values from OPC UA. This is directly OPC UA connecting. Also some browsing here. Can do the browse again, and our SDM630 model, and getting this one, and so on. But for me, it's this point here I want to show in another system, Windows. So boom. Here we have to connect. We say please connect with test. Hope I have the correct password here. And yeah, if I had the correct password, then I see here our SDM folder and the subfolder with the values and all this stuff. And also in our OPC UA server, we have some examples from node-OPC UA tutorials where you can see some pump values, all this stuff. I also provided the tanks model. I did some modifications on this, but it's firing some alarms and events and all this stuff, so that you can put in your OPC UA server just by a tiny node like this one here, drag it to the flow, and you can go on with this model here, and you can try out everything you want to see. Okay, and we see here, this is our model. We see these are the values, and I'm able here to push inside some requests so that we should see it's changing the values directly also here. And this could be connection inside the cloud when you have some OPC UA connection or other device where, to read, or yeah, then you can access now the SDM630 via OPC UA securely, because when we try to do this with none, to here properties, anonymous, click, then it should not work. It should say it's not possible. So we just able to connect when we have access to this OPC UA server, and also if you are Peter maybe, and you give Peter some access, then you also can delete the access, and so you can manage your data via OPC UA, who can read your data or consume the data. Yeah, that's it. I hope you can see what it does, and it's a really tiny example, but should work to show what you can do with our contrib packages. So have fun, try it out, and well, bye bye.